So every day is a new adventure around here. Let's just see what's going on. I've got a picker out there. If I go out in the garden, I'll get yelled at. So let's look around the yard. It's the last week in August, and the herbs are doing quite well. The rosemary, the catmint, the chives, petunias, lettuce leaf basil, our elephant ears. Then down in here, I've got thyme hiding, and all kinds of zinnias. There's a little more basil right there. Rose bush, still doing its thing. We always fight Japanese beetles on this bush, but it sure is pretty. More zinnias. Geraniums. Petunias. Here's some lantanas. They're awful pretty as well. I like the zinnias. They're low maintenance. Arcanas by the front door. They're doing pretty nice. Sega palm. And our airplane plant. But this bed, at the end of the year, it never looks pretty. This time of year, I never have anything to show off right here, and I'm wanting to rethink that. But right now, the only thing that looks healthy is the rabbit. The echinacea isn't doing any good at all. The grasshoppers like to come and get it, and the deer have chewed down our giant hosta once again, and it just keeps wanting to come back. And this year, I am going to dig some of this up, and it's going to get moved. And here is where I'm going to move. Put it with our blue and our variegated. I'm thinking this spot right here will be a good place to put it. But let's go out in the garden. So here in the garden, our Kentucky Wonder green beans have done really well as of late. The heat only encouraged them to flourish. At the request of my picker, I'm not going to put her on film, but she knows I love her. Look at these things. They're rough. The heat has just beat everything down, but they're still producing. There's tons of tomatoes in here. These German Johnsons, they're ready to pull. If you don't pull them when they're that color, they rot on the vines. Here's some more. That's a celebrity. Look at that. I wonder who ate that one. They must have enjoyed it, because then they hopped on and ate that one too. And that one. The sunflowers. I'm gonna try and make a positive out of these this year. I don't know. I may just till a row out in the middle of the yard and let them happen next year. Just dump them in there. We'll see. There's the lemon boys. They've done really good. Still one of the favorites. We made salsa just exclusively out of these, and it tastes excellent. The bugs have enjoyed the garden too. Grasshoppers. They're everywhere. And the San Marzano's, they keep suffering from bloom end rot. If I pick them early enough and they don't turn completely red, they're fine. But if I leave them on, they're tending to turn. And I have heard it's because of a calcium deficiency. And they say you're supposed to treat that with something like Tums or an antacid that has calcium in it. So I did in this pot, or in this plant, but I didn't really note a difference. So there's that, and again, the bugs. The cherry tomato. Still coughing up some big, nice cherry tomatoes. This sweet husky is great. And the sun sugars, they've redeemed themselves. They're not as big as those huskies, but they too taste good. And everybody seems to like them, so they'll probably make their way back. But look at this sunflower mess. The jury's out. We've got some elephant garlic coming, and I'm thinking about trying it maybe in this bed, because I planted onions and I need to do something different. They haven't been big enough, so I don't think there's enough room here. I might try and plant them in rows next year. We'll see. And then the zinnias are just nuts. And the okra. Constant. If you don't pick them, they get as big as bananas. But what I wish would get as big as bananas are these Anaheim peppers. Man, I made a dish last week with these, and they were so good. But they're taking so long to get big. And they get sun scald. But they're supposed to be dark red. Hopefully, see that sun scald. And you can cut that off and it tastes just fine, but it's a booger. The dill weed got ate by the butterflies, and it's starting to come back, and I'll be planting more of it. It was a benefit out here this year. Really liked seeing all those extra butterflies. More tomatoes. Lots to pick. This is another San Marzano. And it's suffering from the same issue. If you look on some of them, they've got the... No, that one don't. That one's good. But they get that bloom end drop. And then the peppers. I can't believe how tall they are. I'm here to tell you, they're looking nice. And a bunch of them. Just waiting for them to get bigger. Some of them might be ready. See? Jalapenos. Those all will turn red and be sweet. And I've got this one plant out of the rest of them, and it's got something funky going on with it. If you look at it compared to the other plants, of course there's bugs munching on them, but all these are small. Not sure what's going on there. Here's more of the sweets, and these will turn yellow, and those are the best in the garden as far as those have. And then there is a red Anaheim. It's ready to go. But the cukes, there's one right there, still going. And they really don't like this heat, but Lovey went the extra mile and trimmed off a bunch of dead leaves and vines, and they're kind of having a comeback. So that's the latest in the garden report. Not too bad for late August around here. We've got lots of stuff to share and lots of stuff to can.